situated. Sorry that I'm tardy for the party. My little girl dog has a UTI, probably. And so it's been a busy day of making sure she's good and making sure no accidents happen and making sure she takes medicine, which, for the most part, has happened today. Anyways, so my automatic mixer has dead batteries, so I'm back to the Stone Age, mixing my resin myself. Hate it. But I did get an email saying that they are about to launch the mixer with a stand. So if Vam's in here, she'll be able to tell me what's up with that. Jude, are you coming over today? I still have a page of orders that I didn't get done. What's up, JJ? Clara, how are you doing? It was so good to see you last week. Love spending time with you. Kim, Gail, Melissa. I think I shipped something out for you yesterday, Melissa. JJ, Jenny. Is it Wednesday? I don't know what day it is because I'm having to do all the things. But that's okay. A full life sometimes doesn't include sleep. Anyways, Canvas is so cute. I'm so glad you got to finally meet her. Vamp, I think, was the first person to meet her, either Vamp or Tudor. Then the other person was the next person. She's still on house arrest till her last carbo shot. And McCain, how are you doing? How are all your littles? I love seeing all the pictures of all the parties you throw with them. Your face painting, by the way, it's amazing. I kind of sound far away. Is that true? Mm.
Is that better?
I like the glitter company name. Yeah, it's called, I think, Ceya. Also, if that's not it, I have no other options of what it could possibly be. In any case, we're about to make some artwork with some glitter. I think what I'm going to do, just to review a bunch of these different glitters, is to do maybe like a geode layout. Charlotte's 17th birthday is coming up. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to see what you do for that, because you are the best like party planner ever. Like, I want you to throw my next birthday. P.S. We are working with Just Resin as we speak to come over and teach classes in Australia. Also, I have a class coming up this weekend in Dallas, Texas, which is not very full, but to be fair, I didn't give people that much of a notice before I posted that class being live. So if you're in Dallas on March 18th and you want to come take a resin class, I'm teaching resin oceans and resin geodes that weekend, which I guess is this coming weekend. Ceya, I think so too. Morning, Donna. How are things over in Oz? Dances with Aardvarks, always one of my favorite names. Speaking of names that are my favorites, have you guys seen Sour Cream or Shy anywhere lately? Miss them. Chris Hart, maybe. Unlimited budget and plane tickets to Dallas, and you got a deal. Girl, I'm not balling like that yet, but after I make my first million and buy a resin mixer, unless I get my batteries soon. Anyways, for my mixer, first million's going to you to come throw me a party. I don't know how long that's been, because I started mixing slightly before the live, and Clara usually tells me how long I've been mixing. If you don't know and you're new to resin, hi, hello, how are you? I'm Erica with Artist Till Death. We do lives every day during the week, usually, unless something comes up, which has lately because of that. Miss Ma'am, cool it. Hi, stop barking. Go girl. And you can't come up here. Except for on Tuesdays, it's at 2, and it's not always resin, but it usually is, and it's always a good time. So let's, one more minute, take them. It was already like 25 minutes. I'm getting hungry. I'm hungry too. Where is Dallas? Middle north of Texas. I'm so hungry right now. You guys have no idea. I was guessing. Oh, dadgum, Clara. I don't see any more swirls of like angel hair or fishing line, which leads me to believe that I'm probably mostly mixed. Because when you see little swirls in your resin, not bubbles, but you'll see definitive swirls. And that's when your resin's not mixed fully. So let's pick some colors. So Ceya actually sent me a bag of stuff. And thank you to them. They're not paying me for this review, so it will be an honest and unbiased review of their glitters. They did, however, not charge me for the materials that I'm going to be using today. So special thanks. Little girl dog was about to pee in the studio. Miss Ma'am, you know exactly where to go potty at. Go, go, go. But she has a UTI, so she's a little confused. Right. So let's shape everything up and pick some glitter. So I already opened this parcel and I have a lot of different things in here. And so I've already linked all of the glitters that I'm going to be reviewing today down in the description box under the Amazon influencer link. So there are some that are just all the way holographic, like this one. And then there's powders that just have interference sparkles. What do I have most of here that we should make it the color of our glitter geode? Actually, there are some chameleons here that I'm 1000% going to use. So let me just separate the different flavors of glitter that I have here. It will only take a second. Some of these are glitter powders, and some of these are actual glitters. You can tell the difference. Like this is a glitter powder, and this is a regular particle glitter. I don't guess you can see the particle size in this video, but glitter powders are more fine, and I'm less a fan of it. Usually the neon or fluorescent or glow pigments are the glitter powders. All of these are glitter powders. Biscay green. Looks like a teal, but okay, cool. Anyways, these are all the powders, and I don't usually play with powders like that. They just don't ever look as good as I want them to. So most of these will end up in the mystery boxes. I'm going to use this white powder. It has kind of a purpley interference to it. I don't know if you guys can even see that, but I hope so. So these are the chunky and the chameleons they sent me. Looks like I'm going for a green or blue. Ugh! So I think I'm going to do those together. What is that? Mermaid? Can't not do mermaid, right? Right. So that'll be good. And then I'm going to just build a palette around it with like colors. And then as soon as I pick my palette, I'll tell you guys what it is. Okay. I think that'll be good. I have like one of all the different kinds in there. Actually, I'm going to do that one instead of this one. Cool, cool, cool. Tight, tight, tight. I'm also probably going to do a white as well, just to break up all of the glitters. Do the glitter powders keep their color, or does the color spread into the resin? Donna, that is a great question. And the answer is it depends. So if you guys don't know, some glitters are made by having a sheet of whatever this is, maybe aluminum. Bowie, that's enough. And then it's cut into whatever shape or size glitter. And the other option is that the glitter is dyed, like it's like a silver glitter that is dyed to be whatever color you want. And when it's dyed, you sometimes have glitters that will not melt off, and then you have others that will melt into the resin. The color will bleed out. Solvent is a word that I can't quite place because sleep is not a thing, because puppy. Anyways, most polyester resins are fine. Nope. Glitters are fine. But I'm going to test these in the resin. I'll put some heat on them and see what happens. But I think it'll be fine. Actually, I'm not going to use the gold because I have that other color. I mean, yeah, the copper. Yes, those are my wedding colors. No, I'm not ashamed. They tend to fade too. That is a good point. They do tend to fade. So make sure if you're going to do glitter in a piece that you make it not look too crafty unless that's what you're going for, which then is fine. Canvas, hey, come here. Come here. The pups' dad is cutting shapes, so he is not here to run interference for me if they get out of hand. So I hope you guys will excuse the ruckus if Little Miss Ma'am gets rowdy. I will show you guys the pups after the live. That was a great question. All right. So I already have my resin mixed. And now we're going to mix some colors. If you're going to do glitter, make sure you invest in quality glitter, or else you're going to kind of muddy and muddle up your everything. So just be advised. All right, when it comes to glitter in resin, I really, really overload my glitter because, okay, so for example, if you've ever used like glitter nail polish, you know how it looks in the jar? It's just packed of glitter and it looks great. There's so much going on. It's beautiful. And then you put a coat on your nails and it's like beep, bop, boop, like 3 specks of glitter. That's what we're trying to avoid by overloading our glitters, especially if you are going to use heat or tilt or manipulate your piece a whole lot. I'm not going to be manipulating this piece that much because I want my lines of glitter to stay where I put them. For this piece, I am using Stone Coat Art Coat. Probably it would be better if I let the resin cure up a bit before using it, so that it's thicker and less likely to blend with everything else and kind of lose some of the rigidity in the lines, but we'll see. All right, let's start mixing stuff. So let's do this one first. This is Autumn. I think that's a great color for this because it's like a reddish, corally orange, gold green color shift. I don't know if it's going to show, if it's going to read that well in the camera because, all right, cool. Because in the camera, there's only one light source. And to see a chameleon, a true chameleon, you need two different light sources. I just exploded everything all over the place, so that just happened. So I'm really going to load this up. For this little thing, I'm probably going to put half a jar, well, just above half. Can I do this? No, probably not, because then I'm going to get hair and etc. in my everything. So mixing it in like this, it looks like there's a lot of glitter in it, and there is. There's a lot of glitter. But that's because I want it to kind of just fill out all the lines that I draw out with the resin. I want it to be completely saturated with glitter. Looks beautiful. Love it. Moving on. Let's do this one next, Coral Sea. This one is a green, blue, aqua shift. Be careful when you open these so you don't do what I just did, because you have to take this little thing out. I need something. I need this. Nope. I need a thingy. This'll work. Sorry, Miss Ma'am. Didn't mean to wake you from your whatever you were doing. All right. Meow. Ooh, that looks even prettier out of the jar. Just like the last one, I'm going to use about a third, a little over a third maybe. Yeah, lower quality glitters will also fade because the solvent colors will just attract too much sunlight and just fade away, kind of like canvas. That is not yours. Thank you. Kind of like alcohol inks. But even the best quality alcohol inks will fade. Anyways, neither here nor there. So the next one we're going to do is cyan. And again, I have to pop this little thing out. Ugh. Easy with needle nose tweezes. E-colors. I'm all about e-colors. Could you put in a couple of drops of tint with the glitter, or will that lower the glitter power of the glitter? So you can, and I have some tints just like hanging out next to me, and I can show you what it would look like if you added a tint. Also, the finer the glitter is, I feel like the more you have to put into it in order to really load it up. I don't know if that's actual science or just something that's in my head. I don't know if it's e-science or actual science, but that's what I do. Ooh, look, so it's just solid. If you pick your stir stick up out of the cup and it's translucent or you could see through it, then reevaluate. Right. Boop. So I let the little girl dog sleep for a while, and now she's leveled up to like 100, and I hope you guys can't hear too much of her excessiveness. Hope it's not distracting, I guess is what I'm saying. And also why I'm kind of hurrying a bit. Beautiful, lovely, gorgeous Linda Evangelista. Okay. Emma, you found the same? You really need to load it up when you want a nice thick glitter line or vein. Okay, so let's do the light aqua color, which is called Spring Green. And then we're going to do a white and a white glitter that I'm going to tint. I like those little shakers that the glitters come in, honestly. I think it's really effective. I almost wish they would make the little jars like a little bit bigger and then just not put as much color in it so that when you do pop off the top, it doesn't just go literally everywhere. But that may just be me being picky. All right, well, let's do, all right, cool. Puppy daddy just got home and he is talking to the babes. And I just got distracted and spilled resin. Am I the only one that does that? Probably. Only me? Cool. Okay, so resin and resin. So we'll do one of these with the white glitter and a tint, and the other one's going to be just white resin. All right. All right. Let me get these out of the way before I make a mess. You're going to go get tacos? Oh, we are going to go get tacos. All right, so I'm going to use some Top Cell White from Color Passion. Be done. 6:25. And I was wrangling puppies when I was trying to get started on the live. Yeah, with her UTI, she's not very potty trained. All right, and then I have aqua, a yellow, and a red tint that I can add to this glitter. Which one do you guys think I should add? Melissa, they are great glitters. 1000%. Also, this glitter makes me want to go to like a festival and then just be a fairy mermaid with it on my face / in my hair. Welcome back. Tints and translucent dyes and glitter make for a beautiful lay down. Do it often on my geodes. It's true. Like, ugh. So just like the other ones, we're going to really load it up, even though it's in a smaller cup and we are going to add a tint. We still want it to have a great glitter payoff. Ooh, that's a great term because, you know, color payoff is also a term. Glitter payoff. Mark it. Put it in the thing. Read about it. She is also still teething. Copper, I don't have a copper. I could see a red. Okay, so this is what it looks like pre-tint.
I have a copper right here.
Okay, you have to go now.
You think it was a finger?
No. So I have magenta, I don't have red.
What do you got here? Did you go shopping?
No, that's stuff from Ceya brand. So now the glitter has the same sparkle, but it has a pink hue to it. And you can add more. I'm going to add more so that it's closer to red or a deeper pink. That's better. So tints will always be translucent or transparent no matter how much you put in there.
Okay.
So you can have a lighter tone or a deeper tone. Nice. Okay. So Everyone says hi, Jeffrey. Add yellow to my pink? Girl, what you talking? All right, so I have a little bit of resin down, but ideally I wouldn't have any down. I don't have any grease the pan when I do geodes because I don't want my colors to move. I want them to stay where they are when I put them down. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, so let's start with some glass. I need to put some glass down so I can base my shape off of it. Pardon me while I meander down to my shop and grab some glass. Let's take this teal glass because I think it'll just work. She's been hyped since 40 minutes ago. Right. So let's make our geode be right here. I'm going to pour out the glass and then I'll just shape it up. If you guys don't know, I always pour my glass out first so that I can finagle it and pick a flow for my geode. And if I don't like it, usually I can just scoop it back into my bucket and it won't have any resin on it, so I can just keep messing with it and working with it till it looks like how I want it to. Can you guys hear her? Next level. I'm just trying to give it a little bit of motion. That looks good. I don't want it to look like a tree, but it almost does. So since the center is aqua, we're gonna surround it with the finer copper glitter. That already looks like an amazing glitter. I love it. Love it. So resin's gonna self-level and it'll fill back in any area that I kind of move. But I'm using my finger to kind of fill in the gaps, and I do this because your resin, typically, at least your 1-to-1s, will self-level to an 1/8 inch, but your resin will pour out at roughly a 1/4 inch. And so you want to thin that as you go so that ultimately once you have all your resin down, it doesn't flow off, because if you have more than an 1/8 inch on there and your resin's really fluid, it's gonna find its way off. It's gonna break all surface tension on your edges and just flow over. So you can either tape your edges or make sure that you're limiting how much resin you have on your surface to minimal. Okay, so we need another color next. Let's do a chunky, neither one of those are chunky. So we're gonna use this. This wasn't mermaid. This was Coral Sea, right? Yeah. So I won't know the results of any bleeding out of the resin, nope, of the glitter with the tint from, nope. I won't know if the colorant on the glitter is going to bleed out until I have the white down, because that's going to really read on what the rest of everything is doing. So you can see when I move everything around like this that there's still some, it's kind of sparse in some areas, so I'm going to pull out my handy dandy this, add more glitter, pum pum pum, and then I'm going to fill in just a little bit. So you can see right here, it's kind of thin, and yes, I did just run my finger through that area, but I mean, I ran my finger through all of this and it stayed how I want it to look. I'm just gonna do some slight fill-ins here. Just chop it in. Chop it in. Okay. Really wish this was more of a point, but I'm not gonna get crazy with it just yet. So next, I'm gonna take one of the lighter colored glitters. I think this was spring green. And for my geodes, I always kind of vary the depth, the thickness of my lines. And that is no different when I'm using glitter as a color rather than a paste or powder. So I just wiped all this to make it wet, for lack of a better word. So now this resin is going to ultimately fill in and self-level through that area. It's pretty great in person, and when I give you an actual flyover, maybe if I do this, it'll feel cool. I didn't put resin on that yet. Noted. When I give you guys a flyover, you'll really see the difference in color, and I think you're really going to like it. Okay, so now I'm going to take the autumn. I can already tell that that is not enough glitter. And the reason is, when you pour it out like that, you can see straight down to the substrate. You can see a whole bunch of white in there. That's not what we're going for. So we're going to take more autumn, load her up even more. And actually I'm going to put some of this other color in there because it's the same color family. It's just a finer glitter that's going to just fill in any gaps that is kind of in between the bigger particle glitter. Already better. Yes, it's super thick. Yes, it's super chunky, but trust me, it's going to look the best. I'm going to make this line on the thicker side because we have so much room to fill in on this side. I'm just pushing it till it meets the line just before it. I don't think I've ever done a full glitter geode. In my opinion, typically you need some kind of balance. If there's too much going on, it's just not a good look. But I think it's working out, and I may actually do this as a whole piece eventually one day. Okay, this is the other aqua color, cyan. I want to use this color as, how beautiful is that cyan color? Ugh. That last color we poured out. So something good about how, glitter is when you move your hand through it, it's going to separate a bit. I'm not seeing any bleed out from any like dyes or any kind of solvents on like throughout the resin when I kind of run my finger through it. When it parts like that, I'm not seeing anything that's giving me any real concern. Nothing's leading me to believe that it's going to bleed so far. I haven't put any heat on it, and that can definitely change the game. So I'm going to reserve my opinions and what's happening till after that. How long does it take to dry? So it will take 24 hours, well, maybe 18 hours for it to cure to the touch. My goodness, it looks so much better in person, and I wish you guys could see it, but it is what it is. I'm going to finish filling in some lines of color, and then we're going to add white accents, and we'll be able to see then if any of this jazz is going to really bleed out and cause issues. Sometimes it takes a little longer to see if it's going to bleed out, but certainly by the time it's cured, you should be able to see if it's going to bleed out at all. Also, if these two colors mix together, the colors of glitter, much like if it was a color, it would not be a good look. Put some more of that chunky stuff down. Now I want to do a geode with more glitter, not this much glitter. Doing a full glitter geode, we're going to have to reserve our opinions of that till the piece is done. I'm interested to know what you guys think. Our objective in this moment is to make sure that there's no dry or raw areas. Actually, I think I may like it with this cut through right here and right here. So I'm just going to edge those up with some other glitter. Just a thin line of it to have a kind of like a stop. This is where the artwork ends. There we go. Cool. Cool. So now, I think what I'm going to do is make my glitter a little bit more opaque by mixing in some of the fine glitter that's in the glitter family, and then run some lines using it as well. I'm not doing a dirty pour. I'm just literally mixing in different glitters together to give me a more thick appearance of glitter. Okay, so I'm going to do this in the inside ring of this. Ugh, okay. Have I ever done neon geode? You know what, Tara? I don't think I have ever done neon geode. However, I'm very open to doing a neon geode because not only have I never done one, but I don't know if I've ever seen one. Okay, so what I did with the aqua color, I am doing with the copper color. Just mixing in more of that fine copper glitter into my chunky glitter. And you'll notice when I pick my stir stick up, it's kind of like plopping off of my stir stick. It's not a full flow. That's exactly what I'm looking for because the more resin, the more glitter that's in your this, the less easy it's going to flow, which is perfectly fine because we're trying to get thick lines of glitter anyways. You can definitely really see a difference. Will you do anything with your leftovers? If I have any leftovers, I'll make some coasters. I almost always do coasters with my leftovers. I think I'm going to put some of this resin in my glass because I'm out of clear. And typically I would just put clear resin over my glass. And that's going to serve as kind of like a bonding agent to keep the glass stuck to the substrate. I'll just have to mix some more resin up later. Also, I'm gonna have to put more glass down here. Actually, I could probably do that. Right, I need to do something with the whites. So I'm gonna use the white to kind of balance all of the stark glitter with all of the stark glitter. Anytime I do a piece, I'm going to do a color theory class to kind of expand upon what I'm about to say. But ultimately, you want to have balance. If you have too much going on, your eye's going to get confused or overwhelmed, and you're not going to see things quite how you want to. You take all the most beautiful glitters and colors and materials and put them down. And if they're all too similar, then you're not going to get the look that you're probably going for. You have to have balance. So when I do an art piece or countertop or whatever it is that I'm doing, I always balance and have a flat color, like a titanium. Let me back up. I always have a flat color, which means no shimmer or metallic. I always have a shimmer or a metallic. I always have a black or a white. And I always have a metal color, so gold, aluminum, rose gold, copper, etc. And that is a basic formula about my color choices. I also, between the flat and the metallic shimmer or luster, one of them is going to be like my main color, and one of them is going to be opposite on the color wheel as an accent color. For example, this aqua color is opposite on the color wheel from this copper color. So while they will always look good next to each other, they will also always make a really ugly color when you mix them together. Okay, so I'm going to add some lines of white just to make some of the lines stand out. That one is probably a bit too aggressive of a line, but it's fine. But I want to make this a point and not kind of rounded. Same with right here. Right here. Maybe I need to do it with. You can also do this with Posca pens after your resin has cured. The white lines look really thick right now, but they're going to ultimately sink into the piece, so it's fine. A little bit. So they're going to, the white is heavy, so the white's going to sink and thin out as it's sinking. Just a little fun fact. I'm just following the lines that I already have made, but also giving them a little bit more direction and peaks. Just refining. That's all I'm doing is refining. At Mac, what's up? My intention initially wasn't to separate everything with lines, like all the different colors, but it kind of turned out that way. So I'm going through one of the aqua areas, following the exact line that I just did, so that it doesn't look that the white is a partition between my other colors. And also it looks really good when you have a thicker white line and a thinner white line to kind of play off each other in geodes, in my opinion. I don't know. We've been missing you too, at Mac. I think I'm going to put a white through here. Don't know if it's going to do anything good or bad, but that's what we're going to do. If nothing else, it'll just make the shape of the druzy area just make a little bit more sense. When you can make more sense out of your artwork, I feel like it's a good thing. So yeah, I think I'm good with how this piece looks. I'm gonna bring that down a little bit, okay. And I'm gonna give you guys a close-up of what this looks like, but I'm gonna add a line of whatever this color was, I can't remember, through the copper. Mostly just to see what it looks like. And it's probably going to sink and kind of get lost in that, but in the meantime, I can see it, and I like it. So, in looking at the piece right now, it is shifting a bit, but because it's shifting, I can see some of the glitter is rolling over the white, and some of the glitter up here rolling over as well, and down here. And it's not, I'm not getting any bleed out. So that is a really good, it's a really good thing. So there's not a lot else I can do with this piece. It has to just cure at this point. I'm gonna put, no, I'm not, yes I am. I'm gonna put a something somewhere. I'm gonna put one of those circle dollops that just happens in geodes sometimes. I'm just alternating what colors I'm putting down. The key to doing these little circle dollopy things is to just make sure that you're right over your center of your circle and you don't rush it so that everything just stays as a little circle. Well, I rushed that one and it was not a circle, but live and learn a little bit. No? Yeah? Okay. Put a dot of white in there. Boop. Boop. Maybe a little bit more color. Boop. That was a lot more color. I'm going to give you guys a close-up in just a second so you can see what I'm actually doing. What's up, Rumpel? Try to aim for the center as well. It'll just have better balance, in my opinion. And you could keep going with those little dots for forever if you wanted to. But we're not gonna. All right, let me take you down for an extreme close-up. Sup. I know we've missed you, Rump. Trying to clean off my lens, but whatever. So you can see here, you can see the white through that one, and that just is because I didn't load it up enough. And we discussed it can look completely loaded with glitter, and then you put it down, you're like, why can I see other things? A work around that, if you wanted to do it, would be to paint where you're going to put your color ahead of time, whatever color is going to match. 1, that's too much plan ahead for me. 2, resin's going to resin and it's going to go outside of those lines anyways. So do with that knowledge what you will. So the holographic color in it is really great. The shape of the glitter is nice. These chunky holographic ones are like hexagon shape of multiple sizes. And the super fines are just, I have no idea. But what we came here, well, one of the things is so it has a bit of a blue hue in the glitter resin rolling over the white, but it doesn't have that much of a red hue. I mean, it's so slight. I have to imagine that it's just reflection because it is glitter and it's not actual bleed out. I will know by tomorrow if it is actual bleed out. I feel like it would have bled out a lot more at this point if it was going to be an issue, but I can't make a judgment call till full cure. It's so slight. I feel like there are 2 types of glitter, essentially. There's the kind that is coated and will bleed out, and then there's the kind that's just made and will not bleed out. So I don't think that this is a bleed out issue, but I'm going to hit it with just a little bit more heat and sticky. So I'm going to hit it with just a little bit more heat and let it live. What's up, Evelyn? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Vamp. It's reflective and not bleed out because it would be more. When your color comes off of your glitter, it is really noticeable. But by tomorrow, I'll be able to definitively say whether that is reflective or actual bleed out. I'm going to take this to the dust-free zone, and I'll do a short tomorrow to show you guys what it looks like on top of the live tomorrow. Looks like ocean waves. I love an ocean wave, so I'm down. We missed you, Rumple. So I currently am a fan of these glitters. I'll know tomorrow if it'll be 10 bananas or 2 bananas. The price point is really great. They're very affordable. I can't remember what the actual price is on them, but I have them linked down in the description box. They're really nice and reflective. They actually look super better in person than they do on my camera today, so oops. But I'll do a video tomorrow and let you know what they actually look like. Anyways. Yeah. Price and color options. I mean, that's a lot of colors. And the only issue I can see is if it does bleed out, which it hasn't yet. Because essentially, if pigments or glitters are too affordable, I'm like, what's wrong with them? And so I'll know tomorrow if there's anything, if they just buy them in bulk and have the ability to price them really well, or if they're cheaply made, therefore they can price them really well. I'll know by tomorrow. But in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you were entertained, educated, or otherwise informed. You do get what you pay for, which is something I end up having to tell people all the time when they're like, why is your pigment so expensive? First of all, I don't set the prices. And second of all, because they're quality. If you don't know, this is Bobo. Let me clean this off. This is my Bobo. And he's 4. And you guys have been asking how Miss Ma'am is doing. There's Canvas, her precious little baby girl, tiny polar bear fox. And yeah, I hope you guys have an awesome day. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central. Till then, be kind to one another because you never know what someone's going through.
I wish I knew sign language. I would do it in sign language.
You're going to do it in sign language?
No, I said I wish I knew sign language.
Oh.
I would do it. Always remember, we do the test.
So you don't have to. And we're going to go get some tacos. You guys have an amazing night. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Bye.
I said bye.